the guy who's working today, Jason Weisberg. No rest for the weary, Jason. Anyway, you predicted these highs here. You're with Seaport Securities. You predicted these highs for the S&P. The question is, of course, are we going to see this momentum keep going into next week and into next year?
I certainly see the momentum carrying over through the end of next week. Certainly going into the new year. We'll probably get some form of a pause in the indexes in January, which we usually do. We normally see a January effect to the upside, but because we've had such an upward swell this year, we might see some profit taking going into next year, but we're certainly going to see some aggressive window dressing at the end of this year.
Absolutely. And what about volumes? Most traders do like to see volumes a little bit higher. Now today, of course, it's going to be a very, very low volume day, but most traders would like to see higher volumes to actually believe these kinds of advances. What's your take?
Well, my take is that we're drifting up on basically what you've said is anemic volume. And
is that a problem?
It is a problem, but keep in mind that when the market was ripping to the upside, a few months back, accompanied by much heavier volume than we're seeing now, the same non-believers were saying, well, we're not going up, and it was accompanied with volume. I think the paradigm's somewhat new, maybe modified at best, and we don't need to see the volume. We've had a huge move in the indexes year over year. The markets are entitled to take a breather, and if volume evaporates, it means that people are just taking a step back. It doesn't mean they're walking away from the market.
Right. Absolutely, and we're seeing the VIX below 20 for a third day in a row today as well. Now, finally, very, very quickly, healthcare reform, sweeping changes passed today in the Senate. What's your take on the sector? Baked into the cake or room to run?
Well, it's certainly a lot of it's baked into the cake. The sector's performed horribly compared to the rest of the market this past year, and I think going forward, until Washington finally has a full plan, a comprehensive plan with both the Senate and the House both agree on, you're going to see steady or no movement or maybe downward movement.
All right, so watching healthcare, Jason Weisberg, Seaport Securities.